In this unit, we are going to see how to use the word in case. Let's have a look at the section A, study this example situation together. Your car should have a spare wheel in case you have a puncture. So it means your car should have a spare wheel because it is possible you will have a puncture. So a puncture is small hole in your tire. So in case something happens means because it is possible it will happen. Let's have a look at some more examples of in case. I better write down my password in case I forget it. So because it is possible for me, I will forget it. That's why I better write down my password. Shall I draw a map for you in case you have a problem finding our house? Because it is possible that you will have problems finding our house. I will remind them about the meeting in case they have forgotten. I will remind them about the meeting because it is possible they have forgotten about the meeting. So, in case we use to talk about things we should do in order to be prepared for possible future situations. And we use just in case for a smaller possibility. For example, I don't think it will rain, but I will take an umbrella just in case. So you mean that I don't think it will rain, but I will take an umbrella just in case it rains, so I'm not gonna get wet. And then be careful that we don't use will after in case. We don't use will after in case. For example, I will write down my password in case I forget it. We cannot say, I will write down my password in case I will forget it. Now let's compare in case and if because they are not the same. We use in case to say why somebody does or doesn't do something. You do something now in case something happens later. So compare. On the left we use in case and on the right we use if. We will buy some more food in case Tom comes. What does it mean when you use in case? So maybe Tom will come. We will buy some more food now. Whether he comes or not, then we will already have the food, if he comes to our house. But if we use if, what does it mean? We will buy some more food if Tom comes. So it means that maybe Tom will come. If he comes, we will buy some more food. So if he doesn't come, we won't buy any more food. So this is the difference between in case and if. So if we use with it's like condition sentences. We use if to say that one thing can, will, or might happen or be true depending on another thing. It's condition. Let's have a look here. I will give you my phone number in case you need to contact me. And on the right side, we use if. You can call me on this number if you need to contact me. And the last example, you should insure your bike in case it is stolen. And then you should inform the police if your bike is stolen. You see the difference? When you use in case, your bike can be stolen, so you should insure your bike in case it is stolen. But here, you should inform the police if your bike is stolen. Now let's see the section C. You can use in case plus past simple or past, to say why somebody did something in the past. I gave him my phone number in case he needed to contact me. Because it was possible that he would need to contact me. That's why I gave him my phone number. I drew a map for Sarah. Drew is past simple in case she had a problem finding our house. So I drew a map for her in case she had a problem finding our house. The last example, we rang the doorbell again in case they hadn't heard it the first time. So we rang the doorbell again in case they hadn't heard the doorbell. And then let's finish with the section D. In case of. In case of simply means if there is blah blah blah. So especially on notices, instruction, etc. For example, I think you might see this in the lift. In case of fire, please leave the building as quickly as possible. In case of fire means if there is a fire. Another one, in case of emergency, call this number. It simply means if there is an emergency, call this number. Now let's practice some exercises to better understand how to use the word in case. Put in case or if. So just remind you a little bit that in case we used to talk about things we should do in order to be prepared for possible future situations. And how about if? We use if to say that a particular thing can or will happen only after something else happens or becomes true. So I hope that you see the difference. Now let's have a look at the example number 1 and number 2. I will draw a map for you in case you have a problem finding our house. So I will draw a map for you in case you have a problem finding our house, because it is possible that you might have a problem finding our house. Number 2, you should tell the police if you have any information about the crime. So in this case, in this question, we have to use if. How about question 3? I hope you will come to Australia sometime. Dash you come, you must visit us. So I hope you will come to Australia sometime. If you come, you must visit us. This is if clause. We have to use if you come. Number 4, I made a copy of the document. Dash something happens to the original. So something might happen to the original. So in this case, you have to use in case. I made a copy of the document in case something happens to the original. Let's move on to number 5. This book belongs to Kate. Can you give it to her? Dash you see her. So you ask a friend to give a book to Kate. So if you see Kate, can you give it to her? So we have to use if you see her. Number 6, write your name and phone number on your bag. Dash you lost it. Write your name and phone number on your bag. Dash you lose it. So we have to use in case you lose it. Go to the lost property office. Dash you lose your bag. Go to the lost property office. Dash you lost your bag. So we have to use if you lost your bag. The burglar alarm will ring. Dash somebody tries to break into the house. So if somebody tries to break into the house, the burglar alarm will ring. So we have to use if for question 8. Then question 9, you should lock your bike to something. Dash somebody tries to steal it. In this one, we have to use in case. You should lock your bike to something in case somebody tries to steal it. So we use in case because we want to prepare, prepare in order to protect your bike. You should lock your bike to something, otherwise somebody tries to steal your bike. And then the last one, number 10, I was advised to get insurance. Dash I needed medical treatment while I was aboard. So in this case, again, you prepare for the possible future situation. You have to use in case. Now I hope that you understand the difference between in case and if. One more time, in case to talk about things we should do to be prepared for possible future situations. But if used to say that a particular thing can or will happen only after something else happens or becomes true. So I hope that I already clear all your doubts about in case and if.